Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
Gonna roast and toast them 10 with you! Barney. It's Barney.
Oh, what a joyous, melodious sound.
With you! With you!
And she is so inbred, her family tree is a wreath. It's
Aww.
Lukey, look.
I was looking at ab fab stuff recently and they were talking about the inbreeding of the posh people, and Patsy said something about like got to marry a poro every couple of decades to mix up the gene pool or something. Very that.
Really? So there is hope for us.
Yeah.
Cute.
What have we been up to?
Me just drinking me green tea, thank you. What have we been up to? Working, nothing interesting.
The only thing of interest I have to say is that I'm going to see Steps on Thursday. But we've had a bit of a COVID nightmare. Faye Tozer-Smith has been struck down with the COVID day, so I don't think she's going to be there. And then my friend Tom messaged me this morning being like, call me crazy, but do we buy tickets for Bournemouth on the 1st of December? Because Faye might have recovered by then, but then immediately sent me a text being like, I've done the maths, she'll still have it. So,
Oh no. Is that the last night of tour?
I think so, yeah.
How devastating.
I don't really want to go any further than Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a lot to be travelling around the
Triggered
country.
of going to see Will Smith in Blackpool, and honestly, the longest journey, the most disgusting place. Shout out Blackpool if anyone's listening. Clean your streets. That's all I'll say.
It's so grim, isn't it, Blackpool?
I thought we would have like a lovely kind of tacky charm of like yesteryear's flamboyance, but no, just everything feels sticky.
Yeah, a lot of pigeons. It just really lacks, it lacks exactly like that, the seaside charm. It's like, oh, this is really just a lot of beach. A lot
And all
of
their
dirty
beaches
beach.
just like concrete steps as well.
Yeah.
Where are the sands? Anyway, let's get on to it, I guess.
Let's talk some drags.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
The gals were overacting in Bra Wars, The Fempire Claps Back, and the runway theme was Scene Stealers. RuPaul decided to pull a little stunt, and rather than a lip sync for your life, nobody went home, and we had a double lip sync for a joint win by Kitty and Ella. Exciting.
For whomst?
Everyone.
Yeah.
The whole franchise.
And then I guess let's head into after the elimination. Isn't it weird to hear a 19-year-old say, "It don't move, I've had so much done"? It's like, how? How have you had so much done?
How young? Do you have to be 18 before you can start getting injectees?
Yeah.
So that's a good lot of work she's had done in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Do you know what? It felt a bit like a thing that people say. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like
I'm a gay person and I say,
very Trinity.
yeah. Oh my God, I can't. I've had so much work done. And it just seemed a bit insincere and strange
But then
coming
I
from
thought,
her
actually,
being like,
have I ever seen you smile? Maybe you physically can't.
I don't believe
Physically can't.
Physically can't. I don't believe that she's had Botox. I don't believe any self-respecting doctor would look at a 19-year-old and be like...
And you said they're self-respecting.
True.
What about Harold Shipman?
Dr. Crippen was a doctor. Yeah, but I don't think that any doctor would be like, yeah, of course, let's give you...
It's preventative.
Not at 19, it's not. She hasn't even got enough skin to do it on.
I don't really know how to describe it, but I find it very, let's say, gauche.
Embarrassing, basic.
How the gals with the most badges love to do this, like, faux totting up. Like, sorry, how much has everyone got again? Like, everyone knows how many badges everyone has got. And this,
no
like,
one
smug
deserved any of
colour-
them.
Yeah, this smugness is not a good colour on you, Ella. And I don't mean the orange.
No,
which is
I mean,
neither.
yeah, or the wig. No.
So gross.
Isn't
and
it?
In fact, I'm going to give it a...
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
And you know you must find it gross if you are looking at Thorgy Thor for support. I absolutely agree. And especially because, like we've mentioned so many times on the pod, a lot of these badge wins have been very...
Debatable.
Yeah, very debatable. So it's not like, do you remember that time I smoked Snatch Game? Do you remember that time that I wiped the floor with everyone in this competition? It's literally like, do you remember when everyone passed out in the challenge, so they ended up giving me the badge, or like
And it's
no one
like,
else turned up. Or...
When Ella only had one badge, she wasn't always calling it the group challenge badge, but like now, because she's got other ones now, she like that badge that she loved so much when it was her only one. Now the Vanity's only got that, like it ain't shit.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, she's got the eye of a hawk, hasn't she?
The teeth of us.
I don't know, beaver. The jokes are so basic at this point. It feels like the Ginger Minj school of comedy. Do you know what I mean? Just like, oh, are you? I didn't know nanas could do that. It's just like, what? Like, I don't. They all feel very, very aware of the cameras, I think.
Yeah, loads of what seem to be, I mean, maybe they are organic moments and the way that it's been shot seems set up, but all of these like paint me like one of your French girls and just like all these kind of
they're like, searching for the memes. Searching for the memes and the little social media posts. This season, unfortunately for me, feels very like a season for the straight girls.
Not the straights.
Oh, you mean the gay?
No, not the gays. Yeah, it feels like when I go on Twitter, I see a lot of people being like, oh my God, I love pink hair. Oh my God, I love this look. This one looks like Ari. And it's like, it doesn't feel very queer. It doesn't feel, the conversations that are happening, the content of it, it doesn't feel like the drag scene to me. Like, it feels like it's pandering a bit more to a more broader audience.
It's weird though, because like with season 1 it was kind of like, let's see how this goes, like a few brave soldiers went front line and was like, let's see what this is about. Then it was like, okay,
shout out Gothic Kendall.
love you. And then season 2 was like, oh okay, so these are the bad bitches that have been waiting for the chance. So you thought, it just seems there's like a lack of coolness and a lot more broad, I think, this.
But you know, like the conversations,
a lot less like alt.
Yeah, the conversations and stuff are just like, it's real entry level BTEC shit. And it just like, we didn't have, in season 2, we had like the first conversation that the BBC have ever shown of non-binary people talking about their experience. And it's just like, this time it's like, literally they'll be like, so have you ever seen sexism? Like, what does it, like when at one point Ella's like,
have you ever encountered toxic
masculinity? It's like, what?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. It's like, everyone does literally 95% of everyone's life.
Have
like,
you got no female friends?
Well, just men are toxic to other men. Like, men are toxic to
But
everyone.
that's what I mean. To even bring it up as if it's like something that you may or may not encounter, it's like, what privilege? Like, to say that as if like there's one day that passes where you don't have to be faced with some form of toxic masculinity, tells me that you only hang around with men, because women literally are constantly like, the masculine,
like in the media, like
exactly.
Like, it's everywhere. It's not like you could be a hermit and still experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure he exhibits some toxic masculinity as well. Remember the Mel C?
I'm a butch person.
Yeah. But they're just trying so hard to replicate the organic conversations that someone like Bimini brought to the show. That it's just like, it seems that these conversations now seem fucking mental to me. It's like, so Lukey, where do you think the weapons of mass destruction are hidden? It's like, what? Like,
in this bomb ass pussy. Thank you very much.
But yeah, very strange. And then
it seems kind of like the chats were like groundbreaking, and this year it seems a bit more kind of
no
like,
ground is being broken,
or just kind of Sesame Street, gay conversations 101 kind of thing.
Gay conversations. And then RuPaul enters looking like a literal like uncle at a wedding. Like, what a strange man.
I don't know how you still have the energy to be
critiquing what he looks like.
Just like him in a suit every week. Like, oh my God, look at him.
Because it just like, this one shocked me.
Like blue and black.
It was just like a sort of like grey suit. It looked like it'd been bought from like Burton's or whatever, with like sort of like open blue shirt. And I get that like the suit thing is, but it's just every single week they're so bad. I'm sorry, I like love suits. And just like everything, the tailoring and everything, it's just like, they're always different styles, they're always different patterns, everything, but they're just consecutively, they look so cheap. And why doesn't he care?
I ain't really looking.
No, you ain't looking. But we do get told that the Maxi Challenge this week is revealed to be the Pearly Gates comedy roast, where you roast yourself, the judges, and the returning eliminated sisters.
Shit the bed. This is like the worst case scenario challenge for me.
RuPaul said, defending your life where you roast yourself. Remember that. That'll be important later.
Defending your life.
He said you've got to defend your life because you're at the pearly gates, I imagine.
But the pearly gates are already dead. Whose life?
You got to defend your life as being like, I led a good life.
Sure.
I was honest. I was pure. How do you think you would fare at the pearly gates?
I'd say.
Should we role play? I'm Jesus. Hello. Oh no, Jesus. Who's at the pearly gates?
I don't know this shit.
Hello, it's me.
There'd be
God.
some reception bitch. I don't know.
Okay. Hello, how can I help you?
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. I think I come to the wrong place. Have you got a
Elevators?
downstairs ticket?
Yeah. The fiery elevator is just there. In my head, as soon as you said secretary, I was Georgie B.
How would you feel about roasting yourself and the judges?
It's the perfect thing. I think the difficulty with the roast is you want to go really fucking hard. I mean, I know we say this every single roast. You want to go really fucking hard and you want to be cutthroat. You want to have the most blue offensive jokes possible. But everyone knows it's fun. Everyone knows it's a joke. And everyone is in on every single joke. So what better way than to start by being like, roast me. Look how ridiculous I am. I'm laughing at myself. It's perfect.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but can you, like, have you got examples? Obviously, I
Look
know
at me.
the theory.
There wouldn't be nothing that would be off bounds. I would just roast whatever I thought was funny. And I would try as well and use things that the judges had said about me so that it felt like the joke was
Well, yeah,
secular.
Because when they were talking about it in the workroom, Vanity was like, yeah, so I've only got one badge. I've been in the bottom half of the time. It's like, where were these things in your set?
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get to that. I just love it when the honeys come back.
Don't you? Yeah,
my
me
favourite
too.
bit. And we get it's twice now because they're coming back again.
I know.
Next week.
I love it. It really cracked me up. It was like a sliding scale of reaction from the girls when they were like, and we've got Kathy Burke. It was like at one end, Kitty Scott Claus was like losing her mind, like pissing on the floor. And then Crystal, it literally like cut to her face and she was like, Kathy
What is a
Burke.
Burke?
Yeah. Whomst be Kathy Burke. It's the age-old conundrum though. Am I going to fuck my sisters over? When you have to do that when you have to do the set list, would you be like, we're getting down to the wire, I'm going to make sure, because she boldly said it with her chest, she Ellie Diamond, would you be like, yeah?
Well, no, I have to disagree. I thought it was very funny that she thought she had this like diabolical plan, but it's like Crystal was like, I want to go first, and Vanity was like, I want second or third. So she was like, oh my God, I'm so evil. I'm so nasty. Like, but you gave them what they wanted. So.
But remember that she said that, I mean, I know they probably filmed it at the end of the day, but remember that she's probably talking in retrospect of being like, I think I'm going to do a really evil plan, and then it just works out that actually it's like, no, I can't actually fuck them over.
I don't think you can actually even be really that evil with just 4 people.
I'm sure you'd find a way.
I'd hope so.
Vanity felt like they'd given up before they even started, don't you think?
What happened?
Just literally like, I don't like roasting people. I don't want to do it. It's like, okay.
Well, she's like, the only thing I like roasting is chicken. It's like, yeah, you ain't got no jokes, have you?
No. More, yeah. I one conversation that I was a bit like, it was very B-Tech, but it did really bring me screaming and crying back, is I kind of forgot for how terrifying and toxic the conversations are around musical theatre. As soon as Ella was like, they tell you, I can remember being in class and one of the teachers, who was a fucking raging homo themselves, so camp, literally being like, you sissy boys are never going to work, blah, 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 like screaming at us. And it's like, think about musical theatre where when they're not on stage, everyone is bumming each other. Like, for them, like the directors who are also gay, the producers who are also just cis white gay men, to then be like, you all need to be men. And it's like such a weird, toxic environment.
When you think of the theatre, you think of just a, what's it called?
Cuddle puddle of anal.
No, when they're attached to each other and the shit goes through them. Yeah, you just imagine a human centipede with lots of flamboyant hats and scarves.
Literally.
Backstage.
All high kicking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like a can with more lube.
What's it called again?
Human centipede.
Yeah, a human catapede.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's so strange, but that was literally drilled into us at all times that like, not only did you have to be very, very straight acting and mask, but also that like any form of, at the time I was like, obviously very heavily alternative. And like, that time you like, nothing that was outside the norm of like looking like just
Oh, they wouldn't let you wear your mascara.
Oh, I found a way, honey. Bit of body glitter. No, just like anything that was like outside the norm of just looking like sort of like a white American boy from summer camp was just like not accepted or liked. But should we take a little break, honey? Because we're at that point.
I guess so, yeah.
Lovely.
1 second.
I can take.
Please welcome back to the stage, straight from Italy, Donatella Mia What to Do. She's quite the sensation.
And I couldn't think of one, so introducing to the stage, Mike Hunt. That's... Wow. Listen,
As cavernous as it is dry.
we're going to have to stop doing this because I can't think of them anymore. I had such a long list for so long, and now, unless they just get into the realms of just being like, when they're literally just words and not puns, non-punny ones.
What, just like Sarah Jones?
Exactly, that's a great one. And introducing to the stage, Miss Sarah Jones. Thoughts on RuPaul's outfit coming down that runway? Taffeta? I don't even know her.
Now, I don't really subscribe to fashion rules
Okay.
such as
Black and yellow should never be
can't
seen.
have legs and tits out at the same time,
Okay.
or like red and green, that kind of thing.
But when it's a 70-year-old man.
That seemed rather, what's the word, scandalous, the length of that skirt.
If I had the body of RuPaul when I was 70, I would probably also be showing off. But if that skirt
Which is
was
like
any
the padding
shorter...
looks a bit weird at that height, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They look a bit chicken leggies.
Well, she's
But
padded from ankle.
Like, waist up, I enjoyed it.
She's paddled from neck to ankle, isn't she?
Paddled.
Paddled, yeah. Have you seen any part of the Adele special with Alan Carr?
I have not.
Oh my God. So obviously Adele did a special, which Lottie and Naomi actually went to. They had lovely tickets. And it was a real celeb affair. And you know, Adele was really good friends with Alan Carr.
I did not. I don't know anything about Adele.
Oh, okay. So when she goes on Chatty Man and stuff, they're actual like best friends. And what was so funny is there was this whole thing where basically her old English teacher who really inspired her got brought out and she had no idea. And so she started sobbing and she was like, I need to go get my makeup fixed. And she was like, Alan, will you just come up and talk to them for a minute while I get my makeup fixed? And she went, right, band, can you play Make You Feel My Love? And Alan's going to sing it. And he was like losing his mind. And then the sound that comes out of Alan Carr, first of all, he doesn't know any of the words of the Adele song, but he's like, when the right is literally like the most putrid sound you've ever heard, and it was my favourite thing that Alan Carr's ever done. I thought, what a fucking great that an audience with is going to go down in history because it's Adele and everyone loves her, and she got him up and he sung on it in front of everyone at the Palladium.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was very lovely. Alan saying, does being spit roasted count, but they have to beep out about Ahura saying that her nan's got a baggy arsehole.
Yeah, don't
make
sense,
it make
does
sense.
it?
Spit roasting on the babe.
I mean, spit roasting is a legitimate way to cook meat.
Do you think there was any cuisine being done when
No,
Alan
but,
was being spit roasted?
Like, if you're going from, like, just like, what are swear words and what aren't swear words?
I
you
mean,
can say
also,
spit
baggy
roast.
arseholes are a reality that are faced by many homosexual men.
I wouldn't know.
Me neither. Kathy Burke, she's a handsome woman, isn't she?
I just love her so much.
Me too. She looks like if you gave a thumb a comb over.
Don't be mean to Kathy.
I love Kathy Burke. She said on Twitter, everyone was like, she was like, I noticed that everyone thought that they really came for me in the roast, but she was like, let it be known that if their shoe was on the other foot, I would have decimated them bitches. I believe she said annihilated. She was like, I actually thought they were very mild. So
She also said that how it's all just electric blankets and duvets under the desk.
can you believe?
And then these poor girls are out here wearing head-to-toe Teddy Borg spacesuits to stop themselves from freezing to death.
It is literally so cold in the studio that they have to have heaters. Like, that is mental.
I think meant our studio is going to be like, I feel like I could see my breath if I did it.
Yeah,
I
our
can't.
studio is quite cold in the winter. But yeah, that is absolutely mental. Like, pay the electricity bill.
Unless they try and keep it cool because the lights make everything hot, but you got to work it out then.
Yeah.
Find the sweet spot.
Isn't it? You need to pay them electricity bills, or alternatively, just burn all of the turfs at the BBC. And that'll get some heat. I guess let's head into the roast. Unless you've got anything to say about KB.
No.
No. Okay, trigger warning, attempted comedy.
Actually, I've got one thing to say.
Go on.
Can you give me your favourite and least favourite looks of the returning queens, please?
Oh, I don't know that. I was going to say, I don't know that I had any least favourite, and then instantly I remembered. My favourite, hands down. I loved charities, always. Loved that they do something interesting, but it was just annoying because I couldn't really see it. It was very dark. She didn't really have much light on her, and I wanted to see the full look. But Victoria Scott, when there was a close-up on her face later on, and I was like, she is immaculate.
That little
she is
touch of glitter
so
at the top.
Beautiful. The face, I just love the Victoria Scott production. I love the presentation. I love everything about it. So that'd be mine. And then VG. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm sorry.
I just don't understand. Was she meant to be like Betty Spaghetti or something?
The crunchy neon green wig with the brows that weren't green.
At least she had a good old clap back, though.
Yeah.
My
it was just.
least
I
favourite
didn't
was
dislike it. It was just very confusing.
Yeah, I didn't get the ref, and my top was Charity. It's like the that old tree from Pocahontas has hit the bottle, so had a bad couple of years.
A couple of packets of cigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also looks like, you know, in Lord of the Rings. Have you not? Is it you that hasn't seen Lord of the Rings?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were like, "Oh no, I wouldn't watch that." Can't remember. You know, they have the big trees in that.
I can't really remember.
There's like talking trees. That's all. Yeah, and they look like that. Well, wasted referencing. Let me tell you, our Lady Di would not have loved that roast, would she?
No.
She would not. Sorry, Lady Spencer. You can tell that they were not ready to receive Crystal by their faces. Like, the energy was very low as soon as she came on, when she was like, I've got to see all these bitches again, and just cut to them, and they were all like, no one is...
Well, they all fucking hate her, don't they? Because
no one is rooting for her, are they?
No.
Which is really sad. And I think
it's just because she had that first 2 wins, and everyone was like, well, fuck this fucking young bitch then.
And also as well, I think it's very reflective of how people feel when someone is like, she is young and she is beautiful, and she's also successful. Like, people know who she is in London. She is a working queen.
Crystal Versace, Crystal Paris, Crystal successful.
And I think that she's a real easy target for them. She doesn't really have a chink in her armour, I don't think. And I think, yeah, she's an easy target for them to not like. And did you sense that as well? You could like feel the energy as soon as she got up, that people were just like, okay.
Not that I noticed particularly. Can you give me your truffles for her look?
I thought it was fun.
Bear with.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I liked the beat.
7?
No.
That's what that means. That's the 7
yeah,
button.
Yeah.
I gave it a 5.
A 5. It was all very confusing about the looks. It was like, have you asked them to dress up in the same variation of what they have to then present on the runway?
Yeah, unless they just had like a Smithy's selection box backstage.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
multiple. I kind of liked, I guess it was sort of like maybe like laser cut or like filigree. I don't know what it was, but like I kind of liked the sort of Versace-esque pattern that was on the suit. But I mean, it was the one thing that was really, really, what was it? That was really offensive to me.
The lace line?
That was an afterthought, but just the actual wig. It was such a strange wig to be wearing.
Yeah, I really didn't like the look at all. Just like a weird kind of like long line jacket dress and a lob. It wasn't like the kind of
it just felt quite dated,
impactful that I would get.
But I did feel annoyed for them that it's like, why do I have to wear like why is it a Pearly Gates roast and then I have to do Goddess? Like, why couldn't it be? Why do I have to wear basically the same thing?
Well, it depends if you're just going to read Goddess as white, which none of them actually did. I thought she had some quite good moments. Like, I thought the concept of the virginity awareness was a funny thought.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wish she had stopped with the great after RuPaul chuckled, because it's like, yes, you've done it now, you've made him laugh, like next joke, but he did another 15 greats on after
Question. Hasn't that been done before though?
I mean, they've all been done before.
But hasn't the great thing been done about RuPaul, about his age? I feel like
not sure. Again,
Trinity K.
none of
Bonet or
these-
someone did it.
None of these jokes are original.
No.
Not a single one.
No. But nothing is funny about someone who is just beautiful and young. That is two forms of gay ID that people do not want to take.
I felt that Michelle really bit back on Crystal more than she did with anyone else, and is that because the Supreme is rising?
Maybe.
Like going mad laughing for everyone else's, and then like you can't even laugh at the first old joke she throws at you. Like, come on, it just
It
seems
doesn't
a bit-
bode well.
No.
Good on Veronica Green for clapping back. I thought, sure, you look absolutely fucking mental, but I'm glad she had a funny little line there.
And she did have, I think she took it really well when Ella was going in on her as well later on. She was just laughing about being old and shit.
I would disagree that Ella went in on anyone,
Sure.
but
Shall we move on to Ella?
Yeah.
I gave that outfit 3 truffles. That's my lowest of the whole season.
I'm just absolutely exhausted with. I think this is the reason why I have such strange feelings about this season, is that we saw
A couple of girls in here I don't care for.
No, we are being Polly Posies this week.
Oh
if you
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
noticed.
The Charity Case, we had to see Charity Case go, and for whatever bullshit reason they came up with about her not having enough vulnerability and she doesn't give a good enough range of looks.
What? Which is ludicrous.
But then Ella has never been called out about the fact that she just has the same wig in different colours. She wears exactly the same wig in different colours every single week, apart from
A blown out side part and an A-line dress, I don't think.
literally and as soon as she came out, I was just like, the same hair again. Like, she doesn't, like, not even like a fringe, not even something. Do you know what I mean? Like something. It's like every single week. I'm gonna need to see the week by
At
week.
least this was a bit curlier, to be fair. It was a curly side part, but just the whole look wasn't vibing for me.
No, it's not for me.
I thought the Anubis joke was sort of well thought out.
Can we talk about the optics of a white person being like, oh, this African word is really hard to spell, really hard to say, and then being like, Hakuna Matata? Some afterthought, some pre-thought, something should have happened there, but clearly she does seem like the type.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
What age do you taste?
I don't...
I found that it's not many things that make me think, oh, Jesus, gross, but I really thought, oh, Jesus, gross. Like tasting like sort of like barely legal fucking puss.
Do you know what? It didn't even hit me because that is just like the most tired drag. That is end of the pier, a 50-year-old drag. Like everything that they said is just like so dated and so aged.
FYI, I taste like a ripe 4.
I taste like 31 because why would you ever want to taste younger? Like,
We don't want to.
I want to look younger, but I don't want to taste it. Oh my
But what
God.
does taste younger? What does it mean? Like sweeter? Because I don't taste sweeter. Do you get more bitter as you
Inexperienced.
go?
Yeah, like it was just all very, very, very strange. I did like the it's like your tongue is in prison,
Okay.
but
There's only one.
if you
gap,
can hear
though,
that, if you
so-
can hit that is the sound of me scraping.
Vanity Milan. I gave 8 truffles for this.
Can I just say before we go off from Ella, the laughing that I felt again, I'm being gaslit. I was looking around the room being like, what is going on? The laughs, I can't remember what joke she made, but it was literally just sort of like the most basic. It was like sort of
Even
like,
just the
you are
opening one.
old, you are old. And then everyone was like, ah!
Like
I was like,
ladies, gentlemen, theys, and Michelle Visage, and she was like,
Every single time, like some reference to her either being a man or being superseding gender. Like, very strange. The whole thing gave me 2 or 3 endorphins at most. Like, it was not up to this point. I mean, actually, throughout the whole roast, I honestly don't think I laughed once.
No, I didn't.
No. Why are some of these roast outfits though better than the runway ones? Thoughts?
I guess you just don't know what you're being told to give.
Yeah. So you gave Vanity 8.
I think so. Yeah. When I saw the full shot, I didn't like it as much with like the shoe stuff, but just like sort of what you could see at the podium, like headdress, jewels, long hair.
I thought it was a lot of a bit too much white. I would have liked something to,
A bit of metallics.
yeah, something to bring. Maybe the hair, maybe the blonde hair was a different choice or whatever. Not them. not getting the "someone can send your luggage" reference. Too urban for you, honey.
Maybe.
I thought, and it was as well like the sort of the look back of them being like, "What?" Was that? Okay, obviously it's a joke that you don't get. Like, don't hot yourself up. Do you know what I mean?
I thought she started out strong with the like, I kicked 3 of you bitches out. How you doing?
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
It was the real downhill slope for me is when she was like sitting there looking like the
It was
green
like
ass bitch. I was
TKB
like,
in her comedy challenge all over again, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was like she hadn't prepared any reads for the eliminated queens, so that then it all just felt a bit despo.
Do you have any confessions you'd like to get off your chest?
I don't think so. I think, unfortunately, you spend too much time with me that you know all my... You see beneath my
Not
beautiful...
confessing to me, confessing to the pearly gates.
Oh, no, they've seen everything as well, I'm sure. I used to get often when I was, like, really, really fucked up.
Sounds really cool.
No, like, when I was in, like, a deep state of... psychosis-inducing drugs, I would like it would hit me that I was like, if God is real, he's seen this.
What if God was one of us, just a stranger on the bus?
I was like, he's seen this. I was like, he's seen me do every single disgusting thing / person that I've ever done in my life. And it was like, imagine if you did have to sit down and there was like, you know, like in the Matrix, they just had loads of TV screens and be like, so this.
Explain.
This outside of freedom in 1998. Tell me about it. It's like,
How old were you in 1998?
I was 8.
Sucking cock outside freedom. willy-nilly.
Cock! Oh, God.
Knobs in your face.
How dare you? First of all, I've never done it outside of... Only in the toilets of freedom. Shout out. They are really running out of wigs this season, aren't they? I mean, at this point, it's just like... When Kitty Scott Claus came out with that RE teacher, half up, half down, I was like, it's like they've got a wig wall out the back and they're just like...
No one knows how to run a comb through him.
Just put a couple of butterfly clips in or something.
Yeah, that wig was mental.
I really, just before we move on, I really felt like my good sis Vanity, she was on life support out there, wasn't she? Like, I was like, really just sitting there being like, come on, pull through, like, just make one joke.
She did... she had jokes and she just went downhill at the end. Like, she did better than Crystal, I think. Like, she had a couple of, like, maybe the house didn't go mad, but, like, well thought out ideas rather than Crystal didn't.
I don't think anyone rose up to the challenge, unfortunately.
No, I'm saying I don't think hers was bad all the way through. I think it got bad.
Did you think
towards
Crystal's
the
was
end.
bad the whole way through?
I thought Crystal's was fine for what I would expect from her.
Okay, low expectations. Love to see it. Have you seen the photo of Kitty Scott Claus that she posted that she's saying that she's talking about the holiday?
No.
She looks like a young Lauren Harries.
Oh, gosh.
Is that what her name is? Lauren Harries?
What, when she was
the mathematician?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very little Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah, love that story. That was great.
That was a great way because she was reading herself. Do you know what I mean? Like, she started strong with the dad jokes. They are coming thick and fast, but I think she's just got a good little niche, or for our American fans, niche. Of the humour isn't very advanced. It's not very rude. It's not very cutting, but it was constant laughing. And sometimes if that's what you do, then that's what they seem to like it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's not the roast that I would want to see, but the majority of people did want to see that.
Yeah.
So
I just thought it was weird when she was like, oh, they call me the queen of 1,000 impressions. Go on then.
Do some.
Give at least 1 or 2, please.
I just thought Charity is decades and light years before these queens. Like, them all just being like, oh, she's really scary looking. It's like, you don't get it, sure.
What would you give Kitty's look?
I can't even remember it.
I gave it a 6. It was like a smock and a wig.
Oh my God, the half up, half down. No, like a 4 just for that wig alone. They really do love to tell a joke about how much Theresa May smells, don't they?
She must have been honking then for it to come up so much.
Hot meat, I believe.
But then some people do just like have smellier sweat, and that's you can't really help that if you're washing around.
Shout out to Lottie Vallis.
Wow.
She. No, I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
No, she's one of the people that she's just always like, when she's always like surprised by if she ever smells. She's just like, oh God, get this armpit. And it's always like one place. She's like, this one armpit really smells today. It's like, well, but the smell of sweat is just old sweat, hang on, new sweat dried on old sweat, isn't it? That's when it becomes bacteria. Kathy Burke. I really wish Kathy Burke had clapped back more, because that would have brought the house down. Because when RuPaul did it to Crystal, that was like taking a bullet, wasn't it? It was like, fuck. Not only has Veronica Green, of all people, VG, come for you. Now RuPaul is like, no, I take it back, you're not talented.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kathy Burke had started coming for your ear, nose and throat. But a reminder that there's never been a Linda Hughes on Snatch Game.
Who's Linda Hughes? From Gimme Gimme.
Gimme Gimme.
She would be on my shortlist. Only from when I saw Kathy Burke, just for the wig alone, I think.
Yeah, it would be such a fucking good look to do. The only thing is, I feel like it'd be one of them things that you'd have to know the show for it to be really fucking funny.
What, other people watching?
Yeah. And I feel like people don't. I feel like it's a bit too early for the Drag Race crowd.
I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like, are they getting that sort of audience? I don't know. But then let's head into the runway theme, which is Oh My Goddess, which, when they read this out, when they said it, I was like, oh, fantastic. It gave me memories of yesteryear. I was thinking of some of the fantastic ethereal deity-like goddess looks that we've had before in America.
Like?
Aquaria. 7U, Saint Sebastian. Do you remember with the covered in all the white feathers with the arrows and the blood? I really liked. I was going to call her Little Kenya Michaels. That's not who I mean. I mean Little Kenya Cameron Michaels.
What? Cameron Michaels?
Yeah, Little Kenya Cameron Michaels.
She's big, Cameron.
Yeah. Loved hers as well. If you remember her, she did a really great one. There's just been
They didn't do a goddess runway though. That was Feathers, Aquaria's one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And Cameron just loves a headdress, doesn't she?
Just Aquaria then. Just Aquaria is the memory that I was thinking, and I was excited for it. Wah, wah. First up, we have. Oh no, I want to hear what you would do.
All right. Well, mine's pretty basic, but hear me out.
No.
Throwing it back to my Italian roots, I would like to be portraying the birth of Venus. Full nude illusion, maybe with more tattoos on it, so the whole body is covered with tattooed. Maybe the tattoos are stoned. Then imagine I'm standing in a shell.
The tattoos are stoned.
Standing in a shell which has a hoverboard attached to the bottom of it with wind machines blowing my hair. So you just glide down naked with your hair just blowing in this shell, just giving like, oh, gorgeous. That would be my idea.
That's absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to see that. Especially you on a hoverboard. Just can't see it. Fantastic. I had many options, but all of them were I couldn't do, I don't think. My first one was to do Saint Sebastian as the original gay icon.
I don't even know who Saint Sebastian is, or I know there's just a place called Saint Sebastian somewhere.
Saint Sebastian is the OG gay icon. He's like the gay angel.
Gay angel.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Saints aren't angels, though, are they?
I don't know.
Saints are normal people that become sainted because they've done good shit on Earth.
I think. But what about what's the main angel called? Angel Gabriel. Gabriel. Everyone's gay, aren't they? I don't actually know. I don't know anything about him. You know, I'm not one for the church.
No.
But he is.
But here you are sprouting lies.
But he is like. Would you like me to Google it? He is known as like a gay angel. Maybe he's not an angel, but he's like a gay
patron saint of butthole.
Yeah, he's like a gay icon. I don't really know why. Maybe he does. I don't know.
Hand performance.
Yeah, maybe he's an OG hand performance girl and loves a French tip. I don't know. But that was my original thought, and then my second thought, which is way more exciting but way more offensive.
So how are you getting goddess from Saint Sebastian as
Because
well?
I think it's more just like, oh my goddess, like they're not all goddesses. That it's just more like an ethereal being.
Sure, she's rewriting the script. Okay.
Sure. And then my next thought was, ideally, if I could do anything, I would do Kali, the female goddess of war, but I don't know how offensive that would be.
Yeah, like all the Hindu ones are pretty fucking sick, but I'm not sure.
Because the thing is that's difficult about it is they, like, you could go full, I would be blue, you could go full body paint and stuff, but it's like, it's just, it's not something that should be used as a...
Who did Raja go to the premiere as?
Didn't she go as Lakshmi?
I don't know. I don't really know enough about them. I think she
Well,
was
maybe that
blue.
was Kali, actually. The thing is, there's so many different... because obviously all they have is drawings. There's so many different ways that they're presented, and
Carly's mainly lots of arms, tongue out, ready to rock.
yeah. So I think maybe I know that Lakshmi is like the 8. I think she has 8 limbs, or like 6 limbs. And I know that, but so actually maybe she was Carly. I don't know. But yeah, I did think that. So actually, I kind of just gave up. That I was like, then I'd want to just be like a really gorgeous ethereal being, but probably a little bit like dark. I wouldn't want to just be. The thing that's annoying is that all the fucking sick gods and goddesses are not like
white.
Yeah,
it's the
they're from a different culture that I wouldn't.
We have to bear being oppressors that we don't get anything cool.
Yeah, they're just not from a culture that I'd want to borrow from. So actually, I didn't get excited about it at all. And in my head, I'd want to be Pierre Agile. Just ethereal baby angel.
Oh my God, I hope you can't hear that. Hunger pangs.
Oh no, but we'll grab something to eat after that, honey. Don't you worry. So first up, we have Crystal, who is serving the golden child. And I'm going to take a hazardous guess and say that you really liked it.
I loved it, yeah.
Of course you did.
Wow, different makeup again. The headpiece was amazing. Love the long nails. I gave it 9 truffles.
The bar is the floor. It's a gold bodysuit with some brown material draped all over it. It is literally the most basic thing that she could have done. I liked the headdress, but again, it was from a company. I saw them tag it on Instagram, so she didn't make it. And
I
it was,
I don't think people are expecting people to make all their
no,
stuff
but that would
these
have elevated it for me. For being like, oh, but I made this cool headdress. So it was literally just. I imagine they found the headdress and then put. I'm just gonna make a sparkly bodysuit. And if you went back, I think the second time I saw it, it's literally.
I've seen it twice. I know she's got little chains on it. It is even reversible sequins that I don't like. But no, I just thought like she looks like a goddess, and the way she presented was really nice.
She looks like chocolate to me, like something very luxurious and yeah, like Kylie Minogue in the chocolate video. I gave it 7. I think whatever she does,
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I like the beat.
whatever she does simplicity so elegantly and so well. And I think even though every single fucking time I come down, it's like, this is so basic, there's something about it. And I think
but her makeup skills make it not basic.
And then I think as well that there's something to be said about the level of polish that comes with it, because the body is always right, because the face is so beautiful, because the styling and the refinement of it is always on, like, it's always locked in, that then I'm like, yeah, it's basic, but it's, even when it's basic, it's fucking great. So I gave it 7. Next up, we have Ella Vidae serving Zodiac Goddess.
Lol, me and Barney have been chuckling away at this human hair brag all week.
First of all, before we say anything, I want to shout out Stephen Austin.
Hair artist
Austin. Who is literally just like stone cold Stephen Austin, who is literally one of the best human hair artists that we have out there, does literally so many of the girls, and their work is absolutely fucking everywhere. American, I believe like Canada, I'm just literally like
everywhere.
Global. And
he is
so,
the bitch if you want coloured human hair.
Like, if you're London, you go to Luna Bundy. If you're global, you go Stevie.
And he did not send it to her like that, I tell you.
You go Stevie A. And let me tell you a little secret as well about human hair units. 40 inches, I'm going to say that was £600. At least. Like, that was custom.
Don't forget about the custom.
Custom dye, ombre, gorgeous human hair. And you couldn't have run a brush through it.
A straightener, nothing.
You couldn't have put some 3-minute miracle in the girl.
And then I saw in Untucked, there was like one just very strong ringlet, just like by the thing. And then the back is just like, it was just mental. And then the top is like lumpy.
I think she didn't want to get red for having a flat wig, even though Crystal Versace would like to have a word. Like, just hot comb it, like straighten the whole thing, put some nice wax on the parting, and just be that bitch. Little
Hedy Lamar star headdress.
Not even like if the hair was gorgeous and it was allowed to be shown off in the way in which it was made, then I don't know. It just didn't. But I also saw that Bussy Queen, who is very famous for she did the expose of the contract.
Yeah.
I saw our baby Miss Austin on Insta saying, are you fucking kidding me? Because she was like, you need to get the money back from that wig. Human hair, I don't think. It was like...
Firstly, bitch, what do you know about anything?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, don't fucking come for the queen of the human hair bundle. Like, so yeah, I don't know whether you've noticed around here, but us wig stylists get very, very cagey for each other. And Miss Stevie is not someone you come for.
I thought Ella's face looked the best it has so far. And I thought the idea was nice of the constellations being some kind of like celestial thing. But I'm still talking. It was just a stoned bodysuit and a messy wig. So I gave it 6
So
truffles.
for Ella, that's not allowed, but for Crystal it is.
Yeah.
And there we have it.
Like, she didn't even have a headpiece on. Like, she didn't read as goddess. Crystal looked like a goddess.
And also as well, did you just get a stoned bodysuit and then be like, I'm the Zodiac? It had no constellations on it.
She just I think she just got some like thin black tape and drew some like dot to dot. Like there were there were constellations. Probably not black. I think they were blue.
I didn't clock that.
But yeah, she had the shapes on there, but still.
It was a bodysuit and a wig that needed a brush. So
and like I get that bodysuit is probably the first option because when you think of goddesses, they are often kind of like that. But it's like, yeah, then you need something else. You can't just be like, oh, my unbrushed wig.
Like have a cape. I don't know. I would never.
Cape?
Like goddess, like have like billowing material or I don't know, like something. But like it just, it was not here and I gave it a 5. Next up, we have Miss Vanity Milan serving the new drag goddess. Can we talk a moment about references? She said, I'm serving you Cleopatra, Queen of the Damned. Was she serving either? It didn't look like Cleopatra and it certainly didn't look like Queen of the Damned.
No.
I just thought she was like, this is my outfit, and I haven't really thought about what the references were.
I guess there's not that many kind of black goddessy queens that you could sort of reference yourself to compared to others.
First of all, the majority of like in like Africa, if you think about like ocean or like in the majority of like
Yeah, I'm talking about in British culture, like what people know.
Well, that's what she reminded me of. She reminded, you know, when Beyonce did that performance where she was dressed up as Ocean.
No.
It was like for the VMAs or something, and she had that huge like sort of like gold headpiece.
Oh, the one she copied off me.
Yeah.
At the
Livid.
table.
Livid, yeah, that one. And that's actually who she really reminded me of, like because the goddess Ocean is always like shown with a huge gold headdress and covered in like jewelry, like sort of like ceremonial jewelry. So I thought that, and it was just strange that I was like, Cleopatra, huh? And then Queen of the Damned is obviously Aaliyah, which then, but I suppose the headdress maybe, but she's a dark force.
Yeah, it's like a vampire or something.
Yeah, so I gave it 6.
I gave it 7. I thought I like it from the tits up. I thought the bottom needed more than just like tights, but I thought her face really truly looked like ethereal and like lit from the gods somehow.
Absolutely gorgeous. And there's like, I think it's later on when she, plot twist, gets eliminated, there's like when she's talking to the judges, I just thought, fuck, she looks stunning. She really looked like someone, like a celeb, and I can't put my finger on who it was, but she just looked fucking gorgeous.
I gave her 7 truffles.
Oh my god, do you know who I've just realised who I think it is?
Who?
She has a touch of Angela Bassett in the face.
We've been watching American Horror Story, so she's fresh in her mind.
She's got a touch of Angela Bassett in the judges thing. She just had that sort of like, the way it was lit, that the structure of her face and everything, she just, oh my god.
I can't see those two.
I'll get a picture for you. So then next up we have Kitty Scott Claus serving Greek goddess.
Wow. I mean, the gold and baby pink combo was just
nice colour palette, isn't it?
Yeah. So nice. The hair was so right for the category. Nice to see it making sense. These crazy updo swirly things for once.
Did you like the hair?
I liked it for the category.
Yeah.
I thought it was like,
okay,
this is what those kind of hairstyles are made for.
Yeah.
I gave her an 8.5 truffles.
Wow. So high. I really didn't think you'd like this. I did like it. But I thought
it's just perfect for the category, wasn't it? She's
my
like a
one
goddess.
my one thing is that I would have loved, obviously it was in
The
reference in there's two things actually now that I think of it.
What,
in
both
reference yeah, left boob, right boob. No, in reference, obviously it was quoting Meg from Hercules, right?
Quoting?
Well, like it was her outfit, no? Or was it the goddesses? That would make more
I
sense.
thought just sort of general Hercules vibe.
Oh, okay. I thought I just would have with her because we've seen so much blonde. I just was thinking like because then I was thinking about Meg. I was like, it'd be so much nicer for me if this was in a like a gingery.
She
like
gave us red last week.
An auburn. Did she? In
Rose.
what? Oh, she did, but it was covered by that crazy hat. Yeah, I was just thinking that now would have been a great time to have a completely different hair colour.
But I mean, if you're going Greek god, it's got to be blonde, really.
Well, then go white, go like platinum or something.
I don't know. I thought that like
But I did like it, and I thought
the hair was
gorgeous,
perfect.
gorgeous colour
like
palette.
the
on
wave
her.
of it was so like
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
only
yeah.
have that for a goddess.
Gorgeous colour palette. I gave it a 7.
You only like the beat.
I did. The beat was liked. Can we talk Zinger and Minger? Let's talk Zinger.
Well, there's not that much to choose from.
I said Rue's hair was quite nice.
I just did it for the 4, so I had to go with Kitty.
I tried, but there wasn't even one that I liked.
I think it's with like I wouldn't wear it myself, but I can appreciate like the artistry and stuff
Of Kitty's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a character wig. I did like. I thought.
No, you know how these kind of wigs are everywhere now with these like
Yeah,
swirly
yeah,
bits. That's
yeah.
like the new thing.
Yeah. Shout out to wig. What's the girl that does that?
Weekday.
No, I think they originally started. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Wigbees?
Yeah, Wigbees that we. Them sort of like the sideways ones. I thought I thought that it was in more reference to that than the sort of like very spiky like weekday ones. I don't know. But my minger was either Crystal's little stiff bob or Kitty's half up, half down teacher do.
I was taking it just from the runway. So it's like, sorry, Steve, but what she done to your wig ain't right.
Yeah. It would be so disappointing, wouldn't it? Imagine if you spent all that time on a wig and then, I don't know, the Queen ripped it off their head and threw it down on the floor. and then Her Royal Highness Alan Carr said, "I'm just glad you took that wig off." Do you know? I don't know.
Girls, if you don't get that, that's a reference to when we made a Horrors wig for season 2. They're like, oh, thank God you took that wig off. I don't think Steve gives a shit. Really, I mean, he's obviously biting back at people that's cussing him, but like he does Rue girls 24/7. Like,
I think it's more just that like it's
embarrassing if people are going to be like, that wig's shit. It's like,
yeah, like when you're a fucking artist and when you
Steve
put
Austin
so
hair
much,
artist.
go show Steve Austin hair artist.
Tell him we
on
sent you. Maybe then
Instagram.
he'll be our friend.
See, go show him some love on Instagram. But I think when you've spent so much time on something and you're excited to see it, like think about when you do, like when we do a wig and then you have to wait, like first of all, they order it like before they go and then you have to wait for them to film it. And then it's like 9 months later. And so I think you've put in effort to that wig and you want it to be represented properly. So
Not even just for Drag Race. Like we recently did a
Don't be holding up
X-Men Rogue
sure,
wig for Halloween. And it's like, we put so much effort into that. Like, are we ever going to see a picture of it? Like sometimes it's just like you're sending these things off into the world. It's like, oh well, see ya, bastard.
So it's quite often we'll like finish like a wig that takes like there's one certain style of wig that takes like 4 days, and we've done.
I'm being the meme of that woman bending over in the
Yeah,
sunglasses.
we've done 2 or 3 of them, and it's just like they take so long that it's just like they're just out now. Like you just gotta hope and pray that they're loved and that they have a long life. But I guess let's move into the critiques. The critiques are just defunct at this point, aren't they? They're just like, oh my God, I loved it. It was so great. This is such a gorgeous colour. And they're just like, it doesn't feel like they mean anything and anything's actually getting critiqued.
I only wrote down 2 things in the critiques.
Where are the experts on fashion? Where are the experts on construction?
Neither. Loved the little wink that Kathy Burke gave to Crystal. I thought, I want one of them.
Yeah.
Just like a very like affirming, warm, like,
I'd like to be
you up
affirmed
vibe.
by Kathy Burke.
And then just the crazy coinky dink that just within this week we were listening to D-Light, and in it has the infamous ridiculed Violet Chachki entrance line.
Ooh la la.
Ooh, la, 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 la. And then only bloody RuPaul Charles
Ooh, la, la,
does it in
la, la,
the
la,
thing.
la.
And it's so funny because we were like, where is that from? Like previously, like why does she get cussed for it? It's like so un-Violet, so like wishy-washy. And then we find out it's from a song, and then we find out RuPaul's shouting about it.
I know, but you need
That
to...
was probably the most exciting bit of the episode.
Yeah. My most exciting bit was when Michelle went, roasters are roasters, and she ain't a roaster. It was like, give us nothing. What does that even mean? Absolutely ridiculous. But I guess let's talk results. So the results are...
Nothing to say about Untucked.
No.
The only thing I had to say was that Vanity's husband was so cute and I loved his accent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I really loved the...
Love a Euro accent.
You do, didn't you? I love... I just love the reaction that they had. You could tell that Vanity was just like, I need to get home. I need to let my boyfriend run through me ASAP. Actually, not even run through me. How horrible and nasty. Just like
a
be
tender
held.
embrace.
Yeah, be held. Maybe a slight light frot.
Just a little bit of soaking, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, God, soaking.
Let it soak.
Lit. I didn't think much of the Untucked, so let's move on. Unfortunately, our bottom two are Vanity and Crystal. Obviously, we all saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen. And our winner is Ella. Do you agree with that?
I agree with it based on what the edit showed me was how
the audience
the jokes,
reaction.
the laughs went down in the room, but not from where I sat.
No. So that unfortunately means that we have a Vanity and Crystal lip sync. I didn't think this was a great lip sync song for the gals. I didn't.
You know how I feel about Dua on the... Well, I'm not really mad about Dua out of the show, but in the show, like, poor Gothy, like, they just put these songs on which just don't really let the girls show what they can do.
So what have they had that's been unsuccessful? Have they done new rules?
Yeah, that was Gothy Kendall and Vinegar Strokes. I got new rules, I got no... And they're like shaking the tits.
And then obviously they had the unsuccessful Estina Mandela was Don't Show Up.
Yeah.
Don't start caring
That big leg kick.
about me now. They just haven't been... The thing is that obviously Dua is so beloved by queers and queers alike. But they just don't make great lip sync songs, I don't think, personally. It doesn't have the... I don't know. There's not enough meat to it.
I want some ebbs and flows. I want some highs and lows, valleys, peaks and troughs.
Yeah. But I will say, Crystal is so dynamic as a performer. She's so visual, and she's so like you can tell that she's just like very, very aware of her body when she performs, which I really appreciate.
I felt like it worked really well with the kind of goddess look as well, like hallucinate, and then she's being quite weird.
Yeah.
I think it all kind of worked well together. I really enjoyed when Vanity did that like circular kick and we got a whiplash sound of that. The editing team are going off this season,
aren't they? Especially, did you notice as well when they went when they all leaned away from each other and it went when they all leaned away from Crystal in the workroom?
No.
They did a little noise there as well. It's really tough to go up against a brand new energy because they've seen Vanity.
Oh Lord.
Oh, sorry guys. They've seen Vanity perform before, so they kind of know what's coming. But it's like Crystal is bringing to you. She's like, okay, watch what I do.
I think Vanity had kind of the wrong, like her kind of like strength that worked so well in previous lip syncs didn't really have a place
it didn't
in
translate
this one.
that well, did it? I love when little KV head whips and you see her little ears. She's got little ears like
When
Arthur.
Alan was mirroring her, like...
Yeah. And come on, the classic KV jump split. Sure, it is an ankle break waiting to happen. I noticed the second time that when she went down into the split, the way her ankle went down, I was like, you could truly break your ankle doing that.
How do people try doing a jump split in heels for the first time? Like, I would... If I was going to try and do it, like I can just about do a split on one side, just about. But the thought of like jumping into it seems like so painful. And then in heels, and like what happens to like your feet when they hit the ground?
Why do you think it feels? What would be painful about it?
Just like slamming down. Like if you like lower yourself into splits, you can kind of ease into it. But like, especially because I guess because mine's not proper, so it would be like a strange just like
it's
jumping
just
up
like,
and landing, and then like don't you like bash like all your shins and
no
stuff?
Because it's like it looks like you jump into splits, but your toes go down. You don't jump in the air and land in a split. It just because you do the jump and your legs come out, it just looks, but obviously you just sort of, it's like jumping and landing in crouch or something. Like it's
I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I could even jump and
a jump split is
make
much
my
easier
legs...
than it looks.
I'd need to practice on crash mats. I'll tell you that now.
But every single time she does it pretty much every time she lip syncs, and it gets me every time. I think it looks great.
Such long legs.
Yeah. And I just thought she was I really watched her the whole time and I thought, you're a good lip syncer. Especially to actually, even though we've just said it's a shit song, to something like this that's modern and young and you can get away with for the whole time just like her serving you like sexy young woman. I thought it was good.
She liked the beat.
But unfortunately, that does mean that Vanity has had to step out of the competition, leaving us with the whitest of white top 3 ever. Not
just the white supremes, but the white supremacists.
Oh! Are we the white rupremes? Yeah, really sad to see Vanity go because she is the only person remaining that's given me something else.
She's been such a trooper. Oh, I think I was going to say something about something earlier. Guess totally forgot. I think it's actually when they come back into the workroom the next day, they're still talking about fucking badges. And I just remember thinking, like, good on you, Vanity, because you are taking it like a champ. It's like, yeah, that is true. And like, what they're doing is so like embarrassing and just but whatever.
There's
she
a couple
got
of girls in here. And I thought it was really nice to hear Crystal. I feel like we were sold a very different version of Crystal at the beginning in the edit. And I just thought when Crystal like hugged her and she was like, you're a fucking superstar. Like, I love you so much. I thought, that's the Crystal. Crystal's a girl's girl.
Yeah. And she like ran over to her.
Yeah.
I actually really liked at the end as well when Crystal was in the middle and like grabbed both of their arms for the walk forward. Like that will be used over and over again in the top 3 like footage. So
yeah,
she's have a girl, isn't she? Good girl.
But sad to see Vanity Milan go. I like her energy, and I thought that she was just, I just liked her. There was something about her that I just really that I'm sad to see go. But definitely wouldn't have wanted Crystal to go.
No,
she's my
she's my number one.
What is your prediction for the winner? What is your give me first, second, and third?
What I want or what I think?
What you want is not necessarily both.
What I, in order, ranked, my faves would be Crystal, Kitty, Ella.
Same.
And who I think it's going to be either Kitty or Ella for the win.
Pick one.
I think after what they said on Race Chase, I think saving Crystal for All Stars might be good. I'm going to pray for Kitty.
Me too.
That's not who I love, but I've already said that I want her to win over Ella. I think they'll be like, sure, Ella's knocked off the challenges, but Kitty's got that special like twinkle in her eye
that's
Ella
what
doesn't.
I think. That's what I'm hoping for. That like, especially in this final challenge, which I imagine will be a song.
Oh yeah, don't you see next week? It's like this is the hardest routine we've ever had
the Christmas
to do.
one, and I think especially because it's Christmas as well. Like Ella didn't do well in the song before. She didn't like. It didn't connect. She didn't perform very well, and she had trouble with her singing and stuff. And you forget Kitty can sing. Kitty's a singer.
Kitty's got bars.
Kitty's got pipes. And so I think that, especially in like a cheesy Christmas song, I think Kitty could really come in and slay. And I am hoping it's Kitty as well. I think in terms of a winner, Kitty has more about her that people could love.
Yeah, compared to Kitty and Crystal, like maybe in kind of interviewee, less performance type roles, she wouldn't be as good a winner as Kitty would be.
And I think
like representing the brand.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think as well, like Kitty is out there, like they said, she's got standing at the moment in the drag scene. People know who Kitty is. She's a working girl. And I think as well, she represents something that we don't have already. Like she's much more sort of like a salt of the earth girl. Do you know what I mean? Like she's funny and she's a good host. And I think she's...
What's the difference between her and Lawrence?
Because Lawrence is much more acerbic. Lawrence is witty and sharp, and he's
got like the salt of the earth kind of.
He's Scottish,
vibes.
isn't he? Different earth. I just think like I understand what you mean, but like Lawrence is much more offensive. Lauren is much more witty and like just keep on saying witty over and over again. Like his humour is a lot more adult, and he's much more of a cunt. Lawrence, like. And
say what you really feel.
Well, I think Lawrence is a great winner, but like he personally has the humour that I would want to listen to. Do you know what I mean? Like he comes for the girls, whereas like Kitty's much more PG. Kitty's much more like the sort of drag queen that the mums would like. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
Look up your dad's. He's got
Yeah.
clauses out and about.
so I think she just brings a different element to it. But let's talk Rose and Thorn, Luke. What was your Rose?
This was quite tough. I liked the category of the runway goddesses.
Okay, I liked it if you did it. I would like to see you do it.
Not necessarily I liked what they did, but I thought as a category, that's
as a
good
concept,
one.
as a theory.
They've done that on Legendary, anything kind of like celestial beings.
I don't know. Like Heavenly Bodies is like quite a used one. Mine was just seeing how fucking beautiful Victoria Scone looks and knowing that she's coming back. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get her in season 3. Because season 4, sorry. And she's just someone that excites me spiritually and sexually. Your Thorn.
Just quite the Orkies roast, wasn't
Mine
it?
was
Where
the
are
roast.
the jokes?
Literally, just
Where's
the
me
roast.
button? Where's me button?
I think they, hopefully, with season...
Where are the jokes?
Hopefully with season 3, they will look at some of these things and be like, this didn't work this time. Like, we need to reinvigorate. We need to, like, think about how we can make better TV.
I think less of this, like, steptoe and son, like, set up backstage moments, for one thing.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you don't need it. Like, they're drag queens. They create enough, like, fun and interest.
Well, they do if you pick the right cast. And I think that there'll be probably a bit of a shift in the way that they cast it next year, hopefully. But who knows? Will we even be doing the podcast by then?
Who knows?
Are we going to talk?
Dragula. Yeah, I'll give you
We need a sound.
me rundown.
We need a sound.
Have I got any that will work? I guess
Ookie spooky.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
that's what we can do for now, or maybe...
Let's talk Dragula.
So, the episode this week is Ghost Ship Glamour.
Fantastic
The monsters...
fucking...
Yeah,
Sorry,
I love that.
So good.
The monsters must delve into the depths of dark oceans for a ghost ship glamour theme and perform a lip sync to the Boulay Brothers' newest single, I Want Your Wicked Love. We had a little mini challenge, which they would call a fright feat, which was find the key hidden in the boudoir. The winner of that would be able to either save themselves from extermination or put another competitor up for extermination.
Yeah.
Jade Jolie, she found the key.
She did. No one
She-
saw it coming.
She put our girl Bitter Betty up for extermination.
And we-
Although, potentially, she might have been there already anyway. The floor show this week was to show off a glamorous seaside spirit look and perform a lip sync to that song. And Sigourney Beaver was our winner this week.
Yeah.
Although the
Although
girls are not happy.
The girls are fighting.
It's annoying because they like everyone backstage is doing that whole thing. Was like, well, you know, like I didn't like your look anyway. It's like, first of all, the Boulets
I don't
pointed
care.
out how great her performance to their song was. So it's not even about her look. It's like they're all forgetting about the performance element, and obviously they didn't perform as good as her. So just
Yeah.
get back in your box.
It was very painful, to be honest, because
What is the tea? The girls are fighting. No.
it was very painful. And I really, my two faves, and they're deep personal faves and friends of the pod, Sigourney Beaver and Bitter Betty, that hostility between them, it does not sit right with my soul.
Well, the whole what we would call Untucked was
What do they call it? Like the grave...
like in the boudoir,
The crypt or something.
Yeah. Just like everyone was kicking off. Hoso like couldn't believe that they were in the bottom and was being really
La
angry.
Zavaleta as well was...
La Zavaleta is always kicking off, and it was just literal
Nasty.
madness back there.
Yeah. What would you have done for your ghost ship look?
This is quite hard. I think I would want to be like the ghost of like a female plunderer.
Yeah.
But like I would want to pick the time period good because I wouldn't want to be that bait pirate. I'd want to be a bit more Pirates of the Caribbean-y, maybe a bit more like mystical somehow as well.
Do you know what I would have done? I would have done like a female-ish, maybe like a more NB version of like King Trident. That I would have been like, the ghost ship has been like taken over by like spirits of the sea, that they've killed everyone on it. And I would have done like
Trident's nipples.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, I would have done like a tri-breasted King Trident, so that it's like, are they pecs? Are they giant boobs? But there's 3 of them with big sucker nipples on them, like that guy I told you about in heaven, the big nips. Yeah, like a sort of like bit huge wig, but like I'm like all covered in like barnacles,
Like Crystal Versace.
When did she do that?
The other week at the Fugly.
Oh no, what? Because I wouldn't be in a bodysuit, honey.
No, I'm talking about the barnacles attached to your head.
Did she have barnacles attached to her head?
Yes, she had a bald cap and like starfish and shit all over her
Oh
face.
yeah, no, well, mine would be ooky spooky. Mine wouldn't be glam. Well, obviously, there's always an element of glamour to everything.
That is one of the pillars of Dragula.
Truly. But I just really love this category. They just have the fucking best categories in Dragula.
The bottom 3 were La Zavaleta, Hoso, Teratoma, and Bitter Betty. But the extermination challenge this week was not scary. I feel like they've really like gone down with the like how awful these extermination challenges are compared to other seasons, because this was just a photo shoot at the beach.
And also as well, they were like, you're going to have your photo taken in the sea. And it was like, they're not even close to the sea.
Yeah, the way they worded it was, I thought they would have to be like underwater
yeah.
like in America's Next Top Model or something, and still be served. They're literally like crawling on the seashore.
Yeah, I want it to literally be like the Squid Games. Like, not just like, oh, you're having a lovely sort of beachside shoot.
That reminds me of our power went out on Friday night, so we was resorting to shadow puppets and and charades, and I did Squid Game for charades, and it took fucking ages trying to show my ink coming out.
Sure,
they weren't getting it.
I would have done a sounds like, but squid is difficult.
And unfortunately, our top angel doll of them all, Bitter Betty, was exterminated. So
sad to see her go. But I hope that she is really proud and stands by everything that she did in the show.
I hope so.
Because, and I just love as well that she's very unapologetic of like, she doesn't seem like she's that bothered about how the world views her. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because
like,
at one point in the show, they changed her name to Petty Betty.
Yeah.
Because she was getting hella pets.
Yeah, and she's like, look, I'm defending myself, and I'm not worried about them being like, oh, she's a bitch. Because she is a bitch, and that's part of why people love her so much. Yeah. Part of why we love her. Love Dracula so much. Just love it. Can't get over it. But I guess we'll see each other next week.
I guess for the grand finale.
Yes, we will.
Straight up rap stress.
Just slip that in there. Yes. Who will win? We'll find out.
Team Kitty, I guess.
# Team Crystal.
Okay, right. Love ya. Speak to you later, girls.
Bye.